104.1 KRBE.
Let's go. Good morning.
The Rula Show with Eric.
It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
And Sam.
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Rula.
Macaroni cheese hot dog.
With Eric.
You're the champions of the world.
104.1 KRBE.
Happy Thursday. It's the Rula Show with Eric on 104.1 KRBE. Rula's almost here. I think she was like a minute or two out. I'm not sure. Let me look at let's see. She's in the elevator.
Are you checking her life 360?
Yeah. No, we haven't got to that part yet in life. But what was going on with this storm last night, guys?
It never hit me.
I never saw it in my area, but
The sky was like
Galveston?
weird looking in my area, but it was just so hot.
I know.
So hot. Like my house could not get cool, and I feel like you had an issue with your house, Kev, with
I always do.
with
Always.
the AC.
Always.
How miserable was your house last night?
Well, I have invested in a window unit now. So
Look
the
at you.
second floor, I know. It is not the cutest thing, and I hate to admit to it, but you know what? She got to do what you got to do when it won't go below 83 upstairs.
Oh, yeah, it's dangerous.
No insulation in this house from 1945. So, yeah, it was rough, but I was confused because I thought this storm was going to bring at least a little bit of wind. When I looked at the radar,
some relief.
Yeah, it was just all that crazy cloud was just going down south. It wasn't coming down.
Hey, Rula.
Hi.
Well,
hello. He's in
She's
Texas.
in the elevator.
I know. Yeah, guys.
Did you get any rain or anything?
I did not. I saw like a little bit of gray clouds. I mean, like, there's like darkness right when it was like sunset time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, what's weird? And then when I got home, I saw the clips of, was it Cypress getting pummeled or Clear Lake? Clear Lake was getting
Clear
pummeled.
Lake and Galveston.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the south.
Oh.
I was like, well, where's it coming from? What's going on
I guess it
here?
was shooting across, maybe down closer to the Gulf.
It was.
Going across, so it didn't really come up here, I guess. That's what it was. It just looked weird.
It did. I was like, oh, you know when the sky turns that kind of like
Dark, ominous? Or
Yeah, ominous, like yellowy, red. It's like, oh, them's tornado clouds.
Oh, no, that's darkness.
You know, tornado.
I know those are what I'm used to growing up with in Illinois.
When it would
Here
turn
she
dark.
comes.
That's a tornado cloud.
Yeah, sometimes it looks purple outside or it's pink.
Yeah.
Or it's yellow. Isn't this
it's
the
scary.
strangest?
That was how. Yeah, that's how it was at my hood.
But where I grew up,
Weird.
it was like when it was raining, it would get cold. Like wind would be a
Yes,
little
it
chilly.
Yeah.
was nice.
Yeah, the temperature would
It brought
drop.
a nice
Not
cool
here.
breeze.
No.
It just
The
gets
raindrops here are like alligator
Yeah.
tears.
Satan's armpit. It's just like
I actually wanted to go for
Wet
a walk
and
yesterday
hot.
with my dog, but I was like, there's no way she's wearing her fur coat. She will not survive this.
she'll be fine.
They're strong.
Even they say like walk your dog like before 8 a.m. and after 7 p.m., but it's so stinking hot even for us. How I can't imagine. Because, they say when your dog moves to like the tile floor to lay down, they're just looking for coolness.
Yeah.
So she was sitting next to my husband for, like her norm is when Tasso comes home, that's her person. That's who she like imprinted with. So she loses her mind for him. She's like jumping all the way up, all the way up. So when he sat down, she went to go sit next to him. And after we started talking, she just moves herself and sprawls out on the tile. And I was like, oh, she must be really hot. And it was after 7 for sure. It's like, there's no way we can walk her now.
Yeah, also, they can be walking on the hot asphalt. You don't want them to burn their paws.
Right. By 7, I think it's
Yes,
better.
much better.
Oh yeah, or find like a shaded path. Like I took Misty just to get her out and
Right.
the kids. It's like, but at 7, the kids at least one of them is already in bed, so I can't do the walk at that time. So I do go earlier, but I just make sure I have water. I have like a little personal fan for Tater because he just like looks like a little red tomato. He is like white, and that little baby gets real red. And Mark and I are like, whose kid is this? Like I know I'm
Didn't
white,
get that olive skin.
but like
and he does look like you. Like
he is like
doesn't look like Bark much.
blonde hair. He looks exactly like Connor, my little brother. He looks like Connor.
Really?
Yes, baby pictures look like Connor.
It's very odd. As he grows,
Yeah.
I will. Maybe you might find yourself calling him Connor because my son MJ, I feel like he got my dad's cheeks and my dad's chin. He has Tasso's features when Tasso was like 3 or 4 years old. But when we were in Greece with our family, I probably called him my brother's name like 6 times. I don't know why I kept calling him my brother's name because he looked like him when he was a kid.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like how weird our brains do this, where they look like. How is it that your baby looks like your brother? And I don't know. It's just funny how the looks
your
kind
son's
of evolve.
Does he have is his room big?
Not really. He's
It's like whatever he is now. It's like he's gonna be double height.
I
He's
know,
probably like
I know.
6'5".
He's getting so
So
tall.
Did you end up getting A bigger bed.
No, that's the project. We're gonna switch out his twin bed.
Yeah,
he has a twin bed and a bunk in his room.
Get rid of all that stuff.
And he sleeps in the bottom bunk right now, but he can't stand it. He wants a bigger bed. So I told him yesterday, now that we're back from vacation, we got to start organizing how we're going to change his room. And again, I don't really know. It's an IKEA bunk. You know how long it took to put that thing together?
Oh, absolutely.
Ugh.
So we'll have to take it apart, I guess, to sell it, right?
I just sell it.
Yes.
It's say $300, but if you come here and unassemble it, I'll give it to you for $220.
Oh, that's definitely a
people
thing
do
on
it.
Facebook Marketplace. Absolutely.
Ruler's not going to let a stranger in
there's no way.
house
I mean,
to
you
take
vet
it
'em.
down.
No,
How
you
are you
can't vet
vetting
them.
them?
You just go to your area's, what are those websites for
I
moms?
look nice, and then I'm going to go in and steal things.
Yeah,
and put
all
it
you
in
got to do
my
is be
bag.
dressed up and have manners. They'll say,
And
come on
take
in.
it,
And then you just
then I'll take your bed.
no thanks.
And don't push that on me. I do not want bunk beds for my kids, even though that would make sense and it would be great.
Now they're jumping off that.
I only got Santi. He's already in a queen bed.
Mm-hmm.
I just want
That's
them
what
to
he'll stay in
Yes,
for a long time.
he'll stay in a queen bed. I didn't even do the twin bed, queen bed. It was like a day bed and then
Here you go.
queen bed, bam. Because I'm not gonna buy him another bed.
Yeah.
No.
A lot of the cribs are convertible into full size.
And so that's what Teo's, because Santi and Teo were in the same crib.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I used that
right,
crib
right. That
for
crib was
Santi.
handed down to the second.
Exactly.
Give
Right.
them
And so that I could
sandpaper
do that.
sheets like we had as kids.
No,
There's
man,
no thing as
yes.
thread count when we were kids.
there's all
Never heard
bamboo
of
now.
that.
Bamboo's so
Yeah,
soft.
we have none of that stuff.
Nah,
Yeah, right.
you'll be okay.
I just remember the feeling. I'm like, this is how I can't believe we grew up like this. If you go back as a kid to live what you did, you'd be like, no way. I can't live like this.
Yeah. I mean, I slept.
There's
I
no
had
air
twin
fryers.
beds till I was like 20
There's
years
only
old.
3 channels.
As a kid, though, I didn't know what an air fryer.
No, I'm just saying no. But if you know now, I'm saying
Yeah.
you go back as you right now, back when you were like
do your kids use an air fryer?
Okay, so an air
Sometimes.
fryer is a convection oven. We had that as kids, guys.
But
I
we
didn't even know how to use
know.
an oven.
We didn't
Yeah,
know.
but
Okay, well,
did you?
that's a-
well,
that's a
Kev,
whole
you
nother
were
issue.
different though because you cooked. I don't think I
Yeah, I
did.
never
I
cooked.
never used air
I like to cook with those little.
I had the Easy Bake oven.
Those little pizza things,
tortilla
pizza rolls, Tortinos or whatever. it is.
Totinos.
Totinos.
Tortinos.
pizza
Is that what
rolls,
it is?
and then pizza bagels.
Yeah, those
The
pizza rolls
bagels
are dangerous.
Those are so good.
God, they were good.
I still eat them every single New Year's.
I haven't had those in years.
What?
I've never had one.
What?
A Totino's pizza roll.
Hot
Never
and
had, I
messy.
ever had one.
You're actually really not missing
They'll
out.
squirt
but
over your face.
They're really hot rolls.
Yeah.
I've had a hot pocket before.
You think
but
they're
not
cool?
that,
Totino's.
but mini size.
I do remember that JJ
Cheese
Watt when
and
he was a
pepperoni.
Texan. I think there was some question about how many
Combo.
you think you could take down, or maybe that was more recent than when he was a Texan. And he said easy, he'd clean up 150 of those
Probably.
Totino's pizza rolls.
How many?
150, he said.
It's probably
Because
like
the bag comes in like 40 or 60, right? Or
Well,
what?
no, you can get like a Costco size bag. I do this every single New Year's. This
Are
is
they
like my New
basically
Year's
fried
Eve
raviolis?
party.
That size?
Are they what?
Are they the size of a fried ravioli?
No.
Smaller.
Yeah, they're tiny.
So then that's easy. He could eat 150.
Yeah, I would say they're like maybe an inch wide and 2 inches tall at the max.
So what's the max you could eat of those if you were drinking and you're just like munching and
I
not
could probably
thinking
get
about it?
For hours?
I could probably do 17.
Oh, I'm talking like 50.
You can do 15.
Yes, if you're drinking and you're
Yeah, but
like
I'd just get full, though. I wouldn't be able to-
hanging out, and then you take
you're grazing.
breaks
But then
and
they
you're
get cold. I don't
grazing.
like them when they're cold, when they're hot.
It's fine.
And now I kind of want some.
Try it Thursday.
Yeah, they're probably not as good as.
We'll put it in an air fryer.
Yeah.
Bring an air
They're
fryer up
definitely
here.
not as good. It's just
We need
the
to,
vibe.
Kev, you need to make like a breaking news. Because someone texted, hey guys, good morning. Eric, they found another body in the bayou?
I know, we'll
A
talk about that
bayou
too.
report. Boop, 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 boop. Bayou
know.
butcher.
Now everybody hears bodies in the bayou.
Butcher
They think of
report.
our show because of Eric
think
wants the butcher to be so real.
I don't want it to be real. I just want us to have
they're
be.
not butched. They're just
Yeah, they're-
drowned.
As Sam would say.
They're not cut
I
out.
said
you say
it
that-
one time, guys.
I know, but it was so
Instead of butcher.
impactful.
I know, so we just all say
What
it
was
now.
that break yesterday
That's
when
not
I
a
was
word.
here? When your winner? Do you have that recorded? Do you have that?
No, I'm not
Yeah,
playing
you have
it.
it.
I'm not playing it.
Come
I'll
on,
find it.
play
I will
it.
not find
Can we
it.
do it next?
Yeah,
No.
play it next.
Wait, what? She had a flub?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, you got to play it next.
Sam, you can be entertainment. Why not?
Sure.
When you hear it, Rula's eyes are going to roll in the back of your head.
You're going to roll, and then you're going to be like, we just wasted 5 minutes talking about this. That's where it's going to be.
Yep, but
Is
it'll
it
be
going
funny.
to be like the Taylor Swift quote expert cringe ick fest?
Well,
No,
this is just cringe. This is something
I was
that.
trying to play off a song, and then when Eric and I went to look at it, I was
And
saying
she
the
wasn't
wrong
even right.
lyrics.
She thought she was being funny, but I'm like, people are going to think you have really bad grammar.
Oh my God! Because I am so crazy with my grammar.
Yes.
People are driving going, how did she get a job in radio?
I
All right.
thought that's what he was saying in his song, so I was
you gotta
trying
find
to
it,
be
pull it.
playful. I'm not.
All
doing
right.
it.
Well, we'll see. The weather today again is. Who knows? It's going to be a high of 93. That's what I'm saying now. Who knows? High of 93. It's currently 83 degrees. There's a 55% chance of rain depending on where you are. That's what I have to say.
I mean, look at Angleton and Seabrook. They all had 80-mile-per-hour winds. So it was terrible last night.
Right. And others were like, I don't know what you're talking about. Or do we live in the same town? We'll be right back on The Rula Show with Eric and KRBE.
Celebrity Scoop on The Rula Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
All right, so there are a lot of people who are famous for different reasons. There are some people, we just talked about Unspeakable yesterday, which did we hear anything about that? YouTuber Unspeakable lives in Spring, apparently. And then there's one that Eric was saying lives in
Sugarland. I
Sugarland.
thought he's from there. Neon.
Yeah.
Neon. But everybody's now heard of Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, everyone's like, what's Mr. Beast? Kids knew Mr. Beast before adults knew Mr. Beast.
He has merch in Lowe's now.
Yeah, he does. What's
it's a
his
little
product?
much.
What's his product there?
I saw some hats, just
Okay.
some like trucker hat kind of things.
Because he has the chocolate bars. He has all these things. Mr. Beast
Cookies.
is Jimmy Donaldson,
Yeah.
28 years old. He is worth $2.6 billion now.
God.
He's worth more than Taylor Swift.
Wow.
He's worth $2.6 billion. I watched his episode of Introducing My Next Guest with David Letterman.
Oh,
And
that would have been a good one.
It was a good one because those are not that long. And he talks about how did you become Mr. Beast and all the things. Because Mr. Beast basically got kids' attention because he would do things that kids are just like interested to see what happens if you do this. Kind of like Unspeakable, what he does is there's a huge house in the spring. And he'll like fill the whole house, those little balls from the ball pit when you were a kid. You'd jump in the ball pit. He'd fill the whole first floor full of all those balls and then jump in from the second floor into the first floor. Like things that you'd be like, can that happen? Do you,
Basically
like,
stuff that David Letterman did back when we were kids.
yeah, like just
I want to throw a bowling ball off
top of a building. Let's see what it looks like. Or I'm going to cover myself in Alka-Seltzer and get dipped in water and see what happens. He almost died on that one.
Oh, my God.
Because the evaporation of the Alka-Seltzer, he couldn't breathe. So anyway, Mr. Beast, Jimmy Donaldson, in that episode when he talks about his chocolate bars, I feel like if you want to know anything about how you have quiet money and you're helping the world without advertising, helping the world, Jimmy Donaldson created this chocolate bar so that he could keep over 100 clean water
That's how he did the water wells
happening in a third world country in Africa. And he doesn't really, like, all the money he makes filters back into what he's doing. Because Forbes did a story about him back in January saying he's worth $2.6 billion, but he doesn't have enough money in his bank account to buy McDonald's. Because he keeps, like,
Investing it.
funneling his money. Anyway, he got married. He met a fellow YouTuber in South Africa 2 years ago, or more than that, actually. He proposed to her 2 years ago, and they got married over the weekend. 70 guests on Richard Branson's Necker Island. I was thinking, wow, that's crazy that he is one of these huge superstars that some people listening right now are like, I don't know who that is, or I haven't
keeps
seen
his people
him.
close,
or,
like the people on his show or his buddies and stuff.
He's like the Adam Sandler of reality stars because Adam Sandler always employs his friends in his movies. Jimmy Donaldson has made all his friends super rich. If you saw Beast Games, remember he got sued for that afterwards because people were like, it was emotional torture and they tormented us. It's like, listen, Beast Games started out like Squid Game. It was a take on Squid Game. It was over 1,000 people. And on the very first thing, everyone there thinks, I have a chance to win $5 million. And the very first thing was, I'll give you $100,000 if you walk away. And it was like, no, I'm here to win. I can win it. If that was me, I'm like, hell yeah, just 100,000.
Yeah, bye.
He's not forcing people, but I mean, it is kind of torturous stuff. The stuff like the guy, the pilots, remember? You couldn't leave the plane. You could fly it anywhere, but you can't leave the plane for like a month or 2 months or something. So it's the torture. So the guy would fly around, and then if he did it, he'd be able to keep it. And then in the middle of hey, what do you want this? I'll give you this if you quit.
The stuff that creeps me out is-
torturous.
Well, yeah, because it's like a greed game.
Yeah.
It is a greed
Like
game.
you put your hand on the car. Like radio was big in that in the late 90s.
Keep your hand on the car.
Everyone in it to win it or survive. It was like when Survivor came out, you had 4 or 5 people live in the car for a month.
Oh, gosh.
I remember that.
Okay, the things that we did even like 20 years ago.
Survivor
and
to
20
Drive it or
years
something?
ago
I can't remember.
sounds like a really long time ago, but if you really think about it, it's not that long ago. You know, we did instinct for NSYNC when I was in Philadelphia. Do you know what that means?
Oh, God, you still have to smell bad?
No. These girls had to live in a dumpster, and the last one standing got front row tickets to see NSYNC.
Live in a dumpster.
Live in a dumpster.
And there was no cameras then.
There were
really
no cameras then. It was just go by the mall and go see the girls in the dumpster. And it started out, I think we had, I want to say maybe we had 10. I can't remember how many we started with. And then one by one, they're like, I got to get, because you had to sleep there. You got 15-minute breaks outside of the dumpster.
Oh, no.
Anyway, in the end, the two girls that were left were trying to drive each other out.
Yeah.
So they would make it disgusting. Like when it was time for their food, like the one girl just slung all the ketchup all over the place, would smell. She was trying to drive the other one out. Finally, I think like the police or like the health department said, listen, this is not okay. These girls have been in the dumpster for 5 days. They're like maggots in here.
God.
Yeah, you got Philly girls. They don't care, right?
So they both got out. And like this spa had signed on saying, we're going to glow them up for the incident. So we gave them both the front row and blah, blah, blah. But that was weird. We can never do that now. We can never do that now.
No.
Okay. Speaking of
stuff.
radio fun and winning things, what happened on your show yesterday, Sam, after our show was done?
Well, we're doing the whole Surviving Summer where we're doing an amazing giveaway where you can win the pool day pass to Omni.
Yeah.
And I have that opportunity for my listeners from 10 to 12. And I was trying to be playful because I was coming out of a song and then, you know, doing the giveaway solicit and then telling people to call. But I don't know what I was thinking, but
you thought you were trying to go with the song, I guess, the lyrics?
What was the song?
The song is Somber.
Okay,
it was by Somber.
Back to Friends?
I don't remember if it was
Or
Back to
Homewrecker.
Friends or Homewrecker, but once I start playing it, you'll hear it. So
Okay.
this is like this is basically how I did my giveaway, but it doesn't make sense.
Let me hear it.
You know you're going to feel real better. Is that right? Real better? After a pool day with the Omni Galleria? Eric's saying no. But Eric, that's how this song was going. Okay? Homewrecker. Real better. You're going to feel real better after you win a pool day pass from the Omni Gallery Hotel. And you qualify for a chance to win that daily grand prize, a one-night hotel stay. But how do you win this? Just give me a call. 833-390-5723. That's 833-390-KRBE. And we can feel real better together.
Well, she doubled
More
down on
better?
that.
I don't
Real
know.
better.
We'll talk about it next.
Was it from...
I'm like, what is she?
Okay,
Was it lyrics from a song?
Yes, so Somber. What? It was Homewrecker.
Was it lyrics?
Yes, that's why I was trying to say it because I was like, oh, he says real better. No, he doesn't. That is not what he says.
Sounds like it, though.
It
look
sounded
it up.
like it to me. And so when I was looking at the lyrics of it, let me try and see.
People
how
are
it-
like, man, that Midday Girl's a
so
moron.
he goes, the last like two sentences, I don't want to be a broken record. I just know I can be better, be better, be better. And so
better.
I was trying to be silly and saying like, oh yeah, you
Real
could be
better,
better too if you were in a pool because it's so hot. But
Didn't come
I
out how
said
you wanted.
more better
More
because that's what
better.
I
More
thought that
better.
he was
I
singing.
can be better.
So, and then the winner was really sweet, and she said that she wanted to be more better too.
Yeah,
so
she's like,
it worked out. It worked out fine, but
It was cute.
hey,
More
we're not all
better.
perfect, okay?
No. Especially when you're on the spot.
Fun with audio.
We're not all perfect.
So you guys can be part of our show by calling our listener line at 713-278-VENT. That's 8368. You can leave your comments there. You can leave questions. You can leave quandaries. Like maybe you need some group therapy on something that's going on with you. There is a dad who's left us a voicemail that it's not school time yet. And I would think kids would be awake now. But I feel like this is tree of trust time even more because kids
Yeah.
are sleeping in. So we have a better chance of his child not hearing this call.
I think if
we do it
focus,
next.
if we focus on, I don't know, because when you hear this, some parents are going to be like, that dad sucks. He is not more better. He is more awful.
Right? Don't you just want to keep saying it now?
What is
Yeah,
the
we
quandary
hear.
of this dad that we have to shield his child from hearing? So we have to do it next to make sure his kid's asleep.
Yeah.
You're going to hear it next on The Rula Show with Eric.
The Rula Show with Eric. It's time to check in with Listener Line.
You have 912 messages.
Ew. Screw you, clown.
You are a know-it-all, know-nothing. Really?
Okay.
4.1 KRBE.
That's the station, and here's the number, 713-278-VENT. You can lock that into your phone as a contact if you're listening to us later in the day on podcast because you're not up as early as we start or however you consume our show when you download the app or wherever you find our show. Now, That line has provided us some real fun audio. That line has provided us some very interesting quandaries. This is one that we're hoping in the 6 o'clock hour tree of trust, we have a lesser chance of having kids hearing it because it's summer and hopefully they're asleep. So the subject of matter of this call is a daughter.
Yeah, this dad does not come off nice. Here, just play it and we can discuss.
Hey guys, how are you? Listen, I have something that I'm pretty sure is not going to go over well, but please hear me out. So my daughter is 14, and how can I put this politely? She's a little on the thicker side, and my wife is trying to get her to lose weight, right? But I'm thinking, actually, if she just stays on the thicker side, then it'll be less likely that guys are going to be pursuing her, and then there'll be a lot less drama. And so I'm just wanting to stay overweight, and my wife wants her to lose weight. So I'm not sure what to do about this. Okay, thanks.
Wow.
What a moron.
He wants her to stay overweight so that boys aren't interested in her.
Last time I checked, I think I've seen overweight people have relationships.
Yeah, just because somebody is thicker doesn't mean nobody's interested in them. If anything, I would think really bad boys would try to target her for the attention to get whatever they want because they figure she has less attention.
Less options.
Right.
With boys.
Yes.
And then, I learned that from like TV shows when I was watching TV. Like she was like fast because boys gave her attention and they didn't really like her. They just wanted experience and nobody liked her. But everyone thought, well, because you're bigger and nobody's giving you any attention, that's why you're going to be like that.
Oh, no. Dudes love a thick girl.
Well, what do y'all have to say about that? 833-390-KRBE. So what? His wife is on one side going to be taking her for walks, like, hey, let's go exercise together. And then they come home and the dad's like, I put some zingers in the freezer. Don't tell your mom.
Here's some bars. I got these bars from
Caltine bars.
Caltine bars.
Oh my gosh!
Mean
Like Mean
Oh
Girls.
yeah, Coach gives us those. Caltine bars.
It's a real thing.
I don't even know what to say about that.
This guy's
I don't
nuts.
even know what to say. I'm
mean-
like, Dad, to the dad that left that voicemail, do not sabotage your 14-year-old to try and
They
keep
both
her
could
on
be.
the thick side.
Can't they both be dangerous though? If the mom trying to, sometimes you just have to let it be. Like I was always worried. My youngest was a little, just had these cute big cheeks, and she's a little bit not as thin as her other friends. And I just said, it's life.
Grow out of it.
You grow out of it, or
But you have to have the education to grow out of it, though.
But you got to give the best options too.
Right. So maybe the mom is giving her the education. It wasn't until I was 14 years old.
Healthy was the word that we used a lot.
Healthy. Wow, these are really healthy
You need
kids.
some healthy food and healthy,
Right.
Because you don't want to say those other bad words.
I don't. I did not know about the magic of what water can do to your body until I was 14. Nobody had explained to me that you drink a lot of water. It's good for you. It's good for your hair, your skin. It cleanses you. You need to drink this much water. Just going for a walk is good. Like I learned at 14, like things about nutrition, things about working out. And I remember like that year before freshman year of high school, I had lost weight over the summer because it just naturally happened since I had been introduced to other things. Like if you don't tell them, they don't know.
Habits.
So maybe the mom is just guiding the 14-year-old daughter like that, but dad's like, we don't want her to be small. We want her to be
But he
thick.
wasn't joking. Like,
No.
I thought maybe he'd be like jokey, like, I don't want her to
love
date.
her the way that she is, but instead it seems like he just doesn't want to have to deal with life. But I don't think that's setting her up for success.
No.
At all.
Let's go to the phones, 833-390-KRBE. Brian's up first. Hi, Brian. Good morning.
Hey, I didn't hear either parent caring about her health, only her weight.
Yes.
That's good. Great point. Great point, Brian. He just doesn't want her to be a target to bad boys. So if he keeps her thicker, then...
So if her teeth are all like jacked up, he's not
going to take the orthodontist
I
and
don't
say,
want to
"You
get
need some
braces. Yeah, she doesn't need that. I want her to not be attractive. Or, it doesn't make sense. Why would you? You just want your kids to have the best life.
Opportunities.
Opportunities and get them the...
Here's what we don't know, Brian. We don't know if this dad that left the voicemail has expressed this mentality to his wife. Or is he just telling us? My wife wants her to get healthy, but I don't. Does your wife know that you left us a voicemail and said that?
That's a good point.
But the wife wasn't talking about healthy. The wife was talking about weight. Weight does not equal health.
Well, that is true, because you could still be like... You could still be thin and be like in the worst shape on the inside.
Right.
Because you're not eating anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or they call it skinny fat too when you're older.
What do you? I don't even know what to do with this, Brian. Like, what do we do with this? We're supposed to call this man back and say, "Please don't do this to your child." I feel like I should do that after the show. Should I do that, Brian? Like, I think I need to call you privately.
Tell him to talk to his daughter about optimizing her health and her happiness, and that weight is only a number that is completely unimportant.
That's a good thing on paper, but at 14, when you're being made fun of for your weight, that's not what you're going to lock in on.
And then when you go to the doctors and they check your weight, there's the BMI chart.
Oh, the BMI chart.
Shameful. Oh my God,
it is.
So
it doesn't make any sense.
Makes you feel
you don't even look at that
But I'm
stuff.
just saying, but they're... I don't know. I feel like it's there for a reason too, though, to kind of help.
But have they updated the BMI chart, or are we still going by the wrong thing? Let's go to Ray next up at 833-390-KRBE. Hi, Ray. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Well, Brian took some of my talking points, so whatever.
No, just tell us what you're
Same
thinking.
thing. What do you say?
The reality is, the reality is obviously there is a correlation between weight and health, but there's a broad range too. You can be a bigger person and be perfectly healthy. But I look at it as there's a lot of body shaming these days. You have a lot of societal norms being shoved down your throat on Snapchat, Instagram, all those kind of things that hurts a young teenager's, especially a girl's development.
For sure.
And in the end, how many people do y'all know who are 85, 88, who are very big people? They don't exist.
Yeah.
You have to.
Maybe they were bigger and they lost weight. I've seen that for sure.
Yeah.
They were bigger, but as they aged, they lost weight. Even like from their 60s to their 80s, they got thinner.
You're right. You are right, but shame on this dad. You know, you want to have your child live the best possible life, better than yours, as we all want for our children. And keeping them thick on purpose just hurts their self-esteem in many ways that they will never communicate to you because they feel shame themselves.
It's true. And what's the thinking, the process in his head? Like, I don't want my daughter to date somebody like someday. You don't want your
that's the vibe I got.
You don't want your kid to be happy and have happiness and find love someday, or not you can't if you're overweight. But he's thinking, I'm keeping her in.
Is not forever. It's just teenage years.
I mean,
the teenage boys are up to no good.
But why? That's awful.
Then teach him that. Say you don't trust the teenage boys.
Yes. Mallory's up next. Hi, Mallory. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Hi, what's your comment on for those just tuning in? The dad left us a voicemail that they have a thicker 14-year-old girl. The mom wants her to get healthy to lose
she
weight.
didn't say healthy, but
to lose weight. The dad wants to keep her thick so that boys aren't interested in her. Go ahead.
Okay, so I 100% agree with the first guy. Let's teach her how to be healthy. And let's piggyback on that and go to the dad's issue. Let's teach her how to deal with horrible boys. I mean, come on. They're the issue, not her. Like, let's raise her right to not deal with the toxic men.
I like that.
Right.
She can look good and tell them to, back off.
Yeah.
Blank off.
I like that.
Yeah, let's teach her how to deal with horrible boys.
I don't think this dad's capable, though. Maybe he was a bad guy when he was younger because that's why he's thinking that.
Yeah, and he's just expecting the next boy to come around and be just like him.
Yeah, is that karma?
Or he just knows what boys are going through hormonally at this age, and that's all they can focus
there's a lot
on.
of good,
who's going to give them an outlet for physical stuff?
But, I mean, I think there's a big percentage of boys, too, that are just good kids.
Good, yeah, I hope so.
You know what I mean?
I hope so.
Even when I was young, I wanted to be with girls and stuff, but, I still respected them because I learned it from my sisters and my parents.
Yeah. Yes, but here's
she said a good point. You got to teach them.
You got to teach them, and I would like to especially talk to boy parents, only boy household parents, because Eric, you were raised by two sisters before you, and you're the only boy.
Yeah.
That absolutely matters versus three boys in the house. All the boy moms that I know,
mentality like you.
It's very much like, it's crazy. We have all boys. It's crazy, and I don't want moms and dads to dismiss crazy behavior just because they're boys, because that is what fuels that machine.
Yeah, boys will be boys.
We need to raise our sons to be respectful of girls and women. We need to raise our sons to not be looking at girls like, what can I get from you? There's all this stuff now that we're bombarded with that we didn't have to help us along as parents. That's the one good thing about digital, because there are things that you didn't think about, right? Like the thing that I heard the other day that helps me, because I wouldn't have thought of this phrase if I didn't see it on Instagram. I can get you out of jail, but I can't get you out of a grave. Make right choices when you're with your peers, right? I would have never known that phrase if I hadn't heard it. So the boy moms out there and the boy dads need to not fuel that man locker mentality and respect girls. And girls, if a boy is telling you, but this is going to make me feel bad, or this is going to make me feel this way, or I feel, what about how she feels?
Yep.
These boys do. They can and they are finding the podcasts that are that are teaching them this way. There was just an arrest of 2 guys who did this podcast who, come to find out, are horrible people who traffic women. Then they talk so much crap about, being a man who should command their wife and the wife should be obedient. Now look at these guys.
And these boys listen to this, and then they see the girls they're with, and they think, oh, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be done. So... as a parent, worry about that stuff, too, what they're listening to.
Gosh.
My sister-in-law, real quick, my sister-in-law will take my nephew's phone, open his Instagram, and start following, like, good pages, sweet pages, and deleting the other stuff that are leading him in the wrong direction.
Like laughing babies and cute puppies playing.
Yes.
And, like manners for teens and things like that to fill their algorithms.
Yeah, then the next day, he's like, Mom, why am I getting all this stuff on here?
This sucks.
It's time for What's Going Down in H-Town on Marula Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
All right, so we're under a weather impact alert. That is in effect today as Tropical Storm Bertha had moved through the upper Texas coast, bringing the threat of the winds along the coastline, which many of our listeners in the outer areas, not central Houston, not like Galleria downtown, but it was like Clear Lake and League City and all those areas got downpours. They got crazy winds. And rain and wind is really the biggest impact from Bertha for us. Yes.
Seabrook, Angleton.
That's crazy. So the tropical storm watch versus the warning. What's the watch? The watch is you're watching it. The warning is the storm conditions are expected rather than just possible. So for most inland communities, it will be just breezy. Along the coast, stronger winds could lead to broken tree limbs, isolated power outages, coastal erosion, hazardous beach conditions, 1 to 3 foot storm surges, and rip current risk. So just be mindful of that. Late in morning into lunchtime, coastal winds are going to start strengthening. And afternoon through evening, it's where the strongest impacts are expected from Bertha. 20% chance of rain tomorrow for an isolated morning shower. It'll weaken into a remnant low by tomorrow, and then typical summer weather returns heading into the weekend.
A dry weekend?
That's what we got from KHOU's update.
Well, Bertha's parents didn't let her get big, so she's just a little thing swooping by. Too soon, I'm sorry.
Yeah, too soon. Hey!
Oh. Also, this news came across my timeline yesterday. The Williams Tower, which longtime Houstonians call it Transco for such a long time. Williams Tower got sold in a massive deal yesterday, and the purchasing company is the Williams Company.
Oh.
So I guess they weren't the majority owners. We called it Williams Tower, and now they are planning to hire more than 100 professionals in Houston by the end of the year. They already have more than 700 employees in Houston. But the Williams companies acquired the Williams Tower.
That's good. We don't have to learn a new name like Daikin.
Yeah. Right, because that's why I was still calling it Transco for so long.
I always thought it was Transco because you told me that.
Yeah, Transco Tower.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I think it was Williams Tower when I moved here.
Probably.
Yeah, so that's $300 million.
Y'all see those cats on the corners? See those cats on the corners?
Cats on the corners and the silver.
I can see that thing from my pool. I'm like, there's some pervert in that building with the binoculars.
Which, by the way,
looking down at you and you're.
I mean, not that close, for Kevin, because I feel like anybody in this room that's going to know if these work or not. Hold on, are these? Oh, God, I can't reach it.
He's grabbing something.
It's this box of binoculars that I'd gotten thinking we need binoculars, and I feel like they don't work. So I'm going to send Kevin on a mission to the other side of the building to look towards Williams Tower, and tell me, are these wonky? Do I have to return these? I feel like the lens is blurry, or is that just... I don't know how to use binoculars.
I'm such a nerd. I bring binoculars with me every time I go to the beach because, I'd be looking at ships and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Oh, or other people.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like,
in the
nerd.
Ships and boats are over there.
Look at that. That's over at half-mast over there.
Don't put these binoculars to the test during the break. Coming up next, we've got roses because it's Thursday. Somebody's got questions in their relationship. We're going to find out if their mate's a cheater or not on The Rula Show with Eric and KRBE.